Your Excellencies, I now give the floor to His Excellency Rasmussen, Prime Minister of Denmark, and the co-chairperson of the high-level plenary meeting.
Today, we begin a new journey. We are gathered to adopt the Sustainable Development Goals. The new agenda has laid out our vision of where we believe the world should be in 2030. We must make sure that we live up to our firm and collective commitments. And Denmark, I can assure you, is ready to do its part.
Tusind innovative unge mennesker fra hele verden samles i denne her uge i Danmark. De skal som sagt dyste om at finde de bedste løsninger på planetens mest presserende problemer. De er blevet nøje udvalgt ud fra deres innovative forståelse, deres idéer og erfaring.
My name is Daniel Christian Emerimana. I'm from Burundi. I'm currently living in Kakuma Refugee camp in Kenya. I have been in Kakuma for 8 years now. I left Burundi because I didn't agree with the political ideology. Being a refugee, it's just a label that we were attributed, but it's not that which defines me. The first place when I arrived, I couldn't believe it's me in Europe, you know. I'm thankful that I'm here, being in a place with 1,000 people, getting to learn from people with different backgrounds. It's like a dream.
What is your background?
Entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship.
See, so we've got everything.
You're both of you from South Africa, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
you
your
are from?
birthday today?
Burundi.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Burundi.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But I live in Kenya as a refugee, in Kakuma refugee camp.
Is Burundi, is it still quite difficult, the situation there? So I know like in South Africa, the South African government sends a lot of Burundi people back.
Burundi,
Yeah, it's probably complicated.
it's complicated.
Good morning, everyone. I must admit, I'm so pleased to see you all here in Denmark, finally. It's to me evident that we're living in a world today with high degree of uncertainty, high degree of complexity, but I really think sometimes it's needed to look outside the box, finding new radical solutions. And we need your help. We need your brain power, we need your hard work, and we need your new innovation and design skills actually to have this to happen. And that's why you are here. And with these few words here, I will then declare Unleash 2017 for open.
Lige nu der er de mange unge i Danmark til den første konference nogensinde, og 100 af de her 1000 unge, de bor altså lige nu på Ore Højskole. Velkommen til Jasper Gramgaard Mortensen og Katrine Friis. I kommer begge to fra Ore og har altså med det her Unleash at gøre. Jasper, hvorfor skal verden reddes ved hjælp af unge idémagere?
Det er jo de unge, der er fremtiden, og uanset hvordan vi vender og drejer det, så bliver det dem, der kommer til at præge de næste mange år for os. Og så skal man lige, som du siger, med de her 1000 unge mennesker. Det er altså 1000 unge mennesker fra 129 lande i verden. Der er 193 godkendte stater i verden, og lige nu befinder 129 af de stater sig i Danmark. Det er helt unikt, og det er første gang, det sker. Og at vi kan gøre det på en højskole, på højskolerne i Danmark, det er en helt fantastisk chance.
Vi har en ung mand, Daniel, som er fra Burundi, har opholdt sig de sidste 8 år i en flygtningelejr i Kenya og er nu taget hertil. Vi har advokater, vi har ingeniører, vi har designere, arkitekter, socialarbejdere.
Men altså, unge vil jo selvfølgelig gerne feste, men også gerne være sociale og hygge sig sammen og sådan noget. Kan man overhovedet finde ro til også at løse verdens problemer?
Ja, det kan man godt, og det er helt tydeligt, at de her 100, vi har på ord lige nu, de kommer her for at tage ansvar, og det er en helt unik, som Katrine siger, det er en helt unik stemning, og det er en helt unik arbejdsiver, der er for faktisk at gå ind og tage ansvar for den verden, vi på mange måder er ved at køre i sænk, og det er de meget bevidste om. Og det interessante er, når man samler 66 nationaliteter, unge fra 66 nationaliteter, og finder ud af, altså de simpelthen finder ud af, at de er enige om så mange ting, så mange problemstillinger. Og det er uanset kulturel baggrund, religion og hele pivetøjet, jeg vil sige, der er så mange fælles fokus. Og det er for øvrigt bemærkelsesværdigt, at hvor godt de vil hinanden, hvor meget de vil hinanden.
Nice to meet you. From Belgium. Daniel from Burundi.
The problems we're looking at, especially when we look at SDGs targets, they are very specific. They're really like we have specific numbers and percentages. So for us to actually make the bigger impact on the SDGs, we really need to nail this innovation process, as in getting the problem right, going to the very, very, very essence of it, breaking it down into pieces and understanding who your user is, what's their needs and their insights. Looking at very simple, clear, straightforward problem statement that include the user, the needs and the insights. Create as many as you want, but keep them simple, and also think of those problem statements in light of the SDG goals and the targets we're looking at under education and ICT.
As for me, because this is an opportunity that I consider being an ambassador for other refugees. And one problem that I have noticed for refugees, and this applies for all over the world, it's access to higher education. Education in this Unleash program or in this SDG, it's very important because it's the key. We need knowledge, we need skills development to get to understand the community and its need, and together work towards solving all those challenges.
So let's look at the refugee uni one.
It's around, specifically, he talked about access to higher education for refugees.
Yeah.
So what Daniel was suggesting is actually, you're not here looking at sending 5 people to university or 100. Is teaching them remotely.
They're definitely going to figure something cool out.
Yeah, because it's really ICT and education, and I think we are aligned with actually what they voted for.
Projects. What we have to do now is you guys have to decide on what do you want to work on. You can walk around and take a look at what the different names are and ask us questions if you have any. You have 2 priorities. You have to put out your first priority and your second priority on the projects you want to work on, right?
We need to empower refugees. Empower refugees. Yeah. And empower refugees.
I like the issue of access, but there's still so many question marks that I'm not understanding around the concept of higher education. Can we establish a university in a refugee camp? That's my question.
Do we have the resources? A university?
Does it have to be a university for them to learn?
It doesn't have to be one.
Exactly. So
For example, like in Kakuma refugee camp,
Yeah.
they have access to primary education and secondary education. But again, even those little who complete secondary school don't get access to higher education.
Because I'm also kind of thinking on the terms of like also displaced communities, like what's happening now, people migrating from North Africa and some places to Europe and stuff like that.
Our host countries, they think that we have nothing to offer in terms of development of those countries, due to the fact that during the camp they spent like 10 years without going to school or even getting any other kinds of opportunity. So they found themselves in a situation whereby it's hard to cope up with the situation they found themselves in.
Okay. Let me chew on that. Let me chew on what you told me.
chew on it. Think about it deeply.
Yeah, but I was just thinking which is right.
And for which group is this?
And option 1 is
There's ICT for refugees, what, Project 5.
Project 5, yeah. First project is 5. Refugee 1, yeah.
Yes. And then
Project 5 as my priority.
Yeah.
let's go.
Who is the last person?
All right.
So after getting a bit of context and actually also reflecting on the people that I've worked with, I definitely think that this group of people is more willing and able to work harder, and given the opportunities that everyone else has, I think it's all about equality, and SDGs would definitely flourish if we consider other marginalized communities. So yeah, I was convinced.
And then you told me that you left Burundi in 2009.
Yes.
Why was that?
I remember some government officials were conducting like meetings with young people. They have this term that they call the militia group, Imbonerakure, people who see far. I was invited to join one of the meetings. The leaders who were there, they were telling us like, there is no way that we fought for 13 years for this country and then rule it for five years. It can't be. If you know someone in the community, a young person, and realize that he is not our member, make sure you teach him or teach her. If he doesn't accept, we will give you the guns and kill these people. Those who don't understand our political ideology. I started asking him questions. Then instead of giving me clarification or answering my question, I was like, stupid. Don't you know what the Tutsi have done to us? Don't you know that they have been in power for so long and they have mistreated us? Then I was like, hey, stop. Tutsi? You don't know who I am. In this case, you don't know who I am. Because if you are telling me to hate Tutsi, my mom is a Tutsi. And my father came in. He reported to the government that I'm a member of a rebellion group.
Oh, so your father reported?
My father. If he was a good father, he could take me even to a private university, or even to go to like universities like in Uganda or somewhere else in East Africa. But just because of this ethnicity, whatever, I didn't get that chance.
And now you're here and you only have 4 days to work with all the different ideas. So what do you hope to achieve during these days?
My bigger vision is to make sure that a young person have skills to be able to solve his own problems and as well the problems of the community. Education for refugees It helps them to be more self-dependent. To encourage people to be who they want to be.
So we have our 3 ideas, right? And our focus ID also.
So we are the guys who've been working on the refugee solution for education and ICT. So we are narrowing down on 3 ideas that we want to work on. But the very first one that we are thinking of as a solution is creating a hub space, so like an innovation hub within the camps. So it can be a place where, you know, we have a computer center and we have different courses that are offered within the hub, but also have another layer within the hub that is a showroom for the refugees to showcase all of their different talents. There's so many components of building this hub. If you look at connectivity, yes, we are looking at community networks. We need to bring in probably the internet society, bring in different people, and that might, you know, take time and resources.
Let's think about this as we go through.
Okay,
let's just work on this.
Okay.
We can tell them we choose one, blah blah blah.
Background, needs, value proposition. Must be a real example from real users.
Oh wow, let me.
We have a real example.
Oh, it's there.
Who are the users? Daniel. Who is the customer? Daniel.
My country is heading to a place whereby I don't know who will come to rescue the essence of humanity among citizens. My wish is that we as young Africans will realize that politics is not our game. We can focus much more on serving our communities, such as what if we engage ourselves into doing something that can generate income to us instead of accepting to be left vulnerable.
So we've got this one prize for education and ICT, and the criteria for that is all about the impact and the feasibility. The eyes are all on the submission tomorrow night, but today is obviously a seminal day. We've really got to lock down exactly what that solution is. Yeah? View the marketplace this afternoon as an opportunity to refine the ideas, test the ideas in front of people, get feedback. So you're going to get the chance to go round everybody else's. You've heard some of them, and of course people are going to listen to yours lots of times. So you have an opportunity to sort of articulate it or change it slightly as you do it each time. Thanks very much.
So, but because I feel like Daniel is such a core part of why we're doing this, his first introduction has to be Daniel himself.
Okay.
So he's sorry, but you have to be part of the 18.
That's okay. We want to know what you're going to say.
Just go through it. Don't worry. Even if it's longer, it's okay.
Or you can send the edit.
It's not long. I'm just reading to see if I can.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Having been living in Kakuma refugee camp for the last of 8 years, I struggled a lot to continue with my education. And this doesn't apply only to me. We have almost 800 young refugees graduating from secondary school who are in the same situation. Most of them, they are economically inactive just because there is lack of opportunities for them.
And the situation in Daniel's camp is a global issue. According to the UNHCR, only 22% of refugee adolescents graduate from secondary high school, of which most of them are left economically inactive. And the core of our solution is to create opportunities for these young people who are motivated and have the skills and passion to take themselves forward. And our solution is a transformational hub within the refugee camp. We're trying to reimagine how refugee camp develop their skills. This hub works as a capacity building station where you can actually come, be trained, have access to workshops, talks.
We are trying to approach it in a community-centered way, whereby our trained young refugees are the one to own and run this center.
Feedback. Wow. Speaking
refugees, so to say. What's the medium of communication in this camp, and how do you think of this diversity?
Okay, we're gonna get started. Hi everyone, good morning. Thank you all for an incredible week. You all have been amazing. I am very excited to hear everyone's pitches. Your pitch is 3 minutes. You'll then, as a group, have 3 minutes to vote on that team across a couple of different criteria. Thank you all for all of the incredible work. And with that, Team 19.
Performance in the workplace guides women through simple questions.
It's many years. So we're leveraging the innovation labs that are happening across the world.
In moving forward in our economic life, she tells her friends and neighbors.
Let's change the world, every child at a time.
Okay guys, so there's one more team. This is the last team.
My name is Daniel. I'm a refugee. At the age of 21, I found myself in Kakuma refugee camp, a locked place with very limited access to opportunities. Having been living in Kakuma for the past 8 years, I witnessed a huge number of young refugees who graduated from secondary school and have no access to education.
As Hub Untu, we are focusing on creating opportunities for these people, ladies and gentlemen, by simply creating an innovation hub within the refugee camp, which focuses on building personal capacity of the people within this refugee camp. We are also focusing on ICT training for these people, and most importantly, a showroom.
And we are looking to use co-seller content by creating a community network that allows our participants to have access to the resources without the use of internet, to ensure that a young refugee can have access to those online available courses.
How are we going to unleash the potential in these refugee communities? We need that. Thank you.
The only one I'm worried about is like that we pick this group rather than this group.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like these ones, it's like guaranteed they're in it. This is the only two where there's like a question mark. We must make sure that we're picking the right.
Right.
Two teams.
Yeah, I got it.
Or these three teams.
I got it. So now I will share the teams. Okay, you ready? So, first team is Team 23, Team 20, Team 27. The next is Team 26, Team 35. And the sixth team is Team 37.
I'm like
I'm
dying of
happy.
happiness. Let me first take this boy's picture.
You must win.
Thank you.
Do the picture.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Actually, I had a feedback from him, which is they didn't understand you were still in a refugee camp, and after an issue, you will go back to your life.
Like this is real for you, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
real.
it's good for them to feel
Yes.
it's real. Like you're
It's
not,
real.
you're
I'm
not
going back.
settled somewhere,
Yeah.
and maybe you were part of that.
My name is Daniel. I'm a refugee. And within 2 days, I'll be going back to Kakuma refugee camp. I can say that being here in English, I was able to raise a voice of thousands or hundreds of young refugees who need opportunity, who are in Kakuma, who can't be here. But it's like I'm being an ambassador for all of them. And hopefully, because Unleash, it's not just about working on ideas and leave them like that. It's a continuous process whereby we can continue working together.
Well done, guys.
Having worked with you the way you worked, it's an
Yes.
assurance that change is possible,
Yes. Yeah.
especially for young Africans who are facing a lot.
Motivated, yeah.
Together we can.
Yeah.
Ubuntu,
I know.
never die.
We're together forever, yeah?
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so we'll proceed to the Dragon's Den and
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Mary of Denmark and the Prime Minister of Denmark, Lars Løkke Rasmussen.
To Unleash, all of you are challenging us to work together in radical new ways and to collaborate on our common goals across all sectors, societies, countries and regions, based on the recognition that only together can we achieve meaningful change for good.
So, my fellow world citizens, 2 years ago, back in 2015, we gave you a promise that we, as mankind, would come together to meet the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And as Prime Minister, I intend to keep that promise. But we need you. You are the key to success. And when you return back home after these 2 weeks of inspiration, please remember this. The end of Unleash 2017 is not the end at all. It is the beginning. Thank you very much.
As a person, as a social entrepreneur, you learn to try and fail and try again and fail and try again. So I believe in trying, even when I fail. I believe in continuing trying. But I have so much confidence that we will do our best because, I'm a refugee, but the most surprising thing is that every team member have taken it and own it. So there is this ownership among the team members. So, and that makes it like a motivation that we are heading somewhere. And from what I can say right now, I think we are on the right path. So we are trying our best. It requires a lot, especially to get people who can believe in what I'm doing and get the support. And I will continue trying hard.